Okay, now I know we are all up and personal today because I am going to be doing a kind of tutorial get ready with me testing out the new, brand spanking new ColourPop Yes Please eyeshadow palette. So there's been a lot of confusion about this because the cover art says Cute AF, but the actual name of the palette is Yes Please. I'm very excited to get into this. I will show you how pretty that is. I am so excited to play with this. Like, it's the most beautiful, warm toned, summery palette. You got this like really fun mustardy color, and then you have a bunch of like golds and oranges, and I'm just so stinking excited. So I bought this when it first came out. It sold out, I think, in 8 or 10 minutes, something crazy like that. Like, I set an alarm the night before so that I would make sure to wake up on time for this, and I did, thank goodness. So we're just gonna play around with it, and I will also show you guys the swatches of all the shades. I'm gonna do finger swatches and brush swatches so you can see, you know, the full effect, and then I will tell you what I think of it. All right, so to begin, on a flat shader brush, we're gonna take this kind of cream colored shade here. I think this will be a good base just to kind of transition it. So we're gonna put it on the brow bone and slightly down into the crease. A little bit of information about the palette. It was $16 for 12 shades. I do wish it had a mirror, but for $16, I'm not gonna complain too much. Okay, now I don't know exactly what I wanna do, but I really wanna take this bright yellowy mustard shade in the crease. So I'm gonna take a fluffy shader brush. This is just my Sigma E40 brush, very yellow. And we're gonna put that in the crease. Okay, so then I think I'm gonna take this shade here, which is kind of very orangey, warm brown. And I'm gonna take a smaller fluffy brush. This is my Luxie 229, and we're gonna put that a little bit more precisely into the crease. Whereas the yellow was kind of a transition, this is more of a crease shade. Okay, so I'm super smart, and I'm just now realizing that these shadows have names on the back. So let me quickly tell you what the shadows were. The cream colored shade I used at the beginning was called Full Zip, and then the bright mustard yellow is Mischief, and then this dark orange brown is GNO. Okay, then I'm gonna take my E40 again, and we're gonna just blend that together a little bit. I actually kind of want to see how that looks all over the lid. We're just playing around. My first time even trying these shadows, like even swatching them, I have not done. I wanted my real first impression to be on camera. And if you're curious, they're doing pretty well. So I'm not like totally packing this on because I want to put some shimmer on the lids as well. Okay, I think I want to put this shade, which is Louie, on like the outer third half of my eyelids. Thinking outer half, because I'm also gonna want to darken up the V, the outer V as well. The sparkle in this shade is not as intense as I was hoping. It's almost exactly the same shade as the one I just put on my lid, but shimmery, but it's a pretty subtle shine. And then we're gonna take this gold, which is Butter Cake, and we're gonna put that on the inner third to half of the lid. I might have to go in and apply these with a finger if the shimmer is not enough. Yeah, we're gonna see how this goes on with a finger. Okay, see, that is what I was hoping for. You see that crazy intense glitter? That is what I was wanting and not achieving. Let's do that with the rosier gold one too. See how much better that is? Okay, good to remember. Shimmer shades make way more of an impact with your fingers, at least, you know, these shimmer shades. I'm gonna blend them together a little bit though. You know, one thing that this palette is missing, there's a couple things, but one of them is a shimmery inner corner shade. None of those. And also, not a ton of dark shades. I think this palette would be best suited for light to medium. I mean, there's a couple. These ones are a little bit on the darker side, but I can't say how amazing it would be for deeper skin tones. I mean, I don't know for sure, because obviously I have the lightest of the light, but I think maybe not the best. Okay, well, this is looking really pretty. I do definitely think it needs some more definition. So we are gonna go in with this deep brown French kiss, at least in the outer V, and I think bring it up into the crease just a little. I think I'm gonna go back in with a little bit more of that mustardy shade. Seems to have lost a little bit of that. Just blend that back in up here. I'm going a little bit higher, almost to the brow bone, and I'll just kind of blend some of this together as well. And then I think I want to do the lower lash line with, starting with that dark brown French kiss that we used to darken up the crease. I'm going to take that in a very precise smudger brush, and I'm going to put that almost like in my waterline. And we're going to take another smudger brush that's less precise than that one. This was the Sephora smudger brush, and then this is the e.l.f. professional eyeshadow brush. This one's a little bit bigger. And then we're going to take that orangey brown, do that on the lower lash line as well, blend out the brown a bit. A little bit less precise, bring it down a little bit lower. And then I'm going to take this Smashbox Always Sharp Waterproof Kohl Liner in Sumatra, and I'm going to put this in my tight line and waterline. I also added some mascara since you saw me last, but what do you guys think? I think this look turned out really pretty. I am a fan. It's definitely more dramatic and warm toned, but I think you can probably get a lot of cool looks out of this. All right, I zoomed you out for the remainder of this video, but now I just want to talk about it. I finished off my makeup really quickly. For blush, I used Makeup Revolution Matte Blush in Nude. For highlight, I used Hourglass Ambient Strobe Lighting in Incandescent Strobe Light. And then on my lips, I used ColourPop Ultra Matte Liquid Lipstick in Midi. I think I can officially say that I am a fan of this eyeshadow. Obviously, I haven't worn it for an entire day, so I can't tell you about wear time or anything. But personally, for me, eyeshadow doesn't really wear off throughout the day. And it also doesn't crease unless I'm using a cream shadow. My eyelids are pretty dry though, so if you have oily eyelids, I can't really speak for that. Apart from the couple missing shades that I mentioned, some other things that I want to bring up is, you can't really tell right now, but when I put the brush in a shade, it gets very powdery very easily. So I would highly recommend lightly dipping your brush into the shade and then strongly tapping off the extra powder before you put this on your eye. I get the feeling that you'll get a lot of fallout. Maybe even use one of those like shadow shields, or at least do your foundation after your eyeshadow. Like I said, the shimmer shades definitely needed to be applied with a finger if you really want that intense shimmery look. If you're looking for something a little bit more subtle, then the brush worked great. I think if I was going for a more everyday look, then that would be fine. But since I really wanted to put these shadows to the test, I definitely needed to apply my fingers, which is fine. It just took, you know, a tiny bit more work, and then I blended it out with a brush and it was fine. It's just something to keep in mind. But overall, I really like how it looked. They blended out very easily, which is pretty typical of powdery shades. They do tend to blend out easily, but they were super, super pigmented, so they didn't blend away, which is great because, again, even though powdery shades can be very blendable, they can also be too blendable, and you can overblend super, super easily, and then you're left with no shadow. I think you could get a lot of looks. You could do all matte looks because 8 out of the 12 shades are all matte, and then the other 4 are shimmery. So you could get some nice like neutral looks if you're using like these lighter shades on the top, these 3 right here, and then maybe adding just like a little bit of this neutral brown, even some of the orangey brown. I think I will probably do a couple more tutorials or get ready with me's using this. I think that would be a fun little series, like a little mini series to do. So if that's something you would be interested in, you know, just thumbs up this video or comment below letting me know if that's something you would like to see. But I think that's everything I have to say. If you guys have any questions about this palette, then again, leave those in the comments below and I will be happy to answer those for you. I will do my best to link this as well. I know that it's coming back in stock, or it might already be back in stock. Regardless, I will see if I can link you to this so you can get your hands on it if you want. Again, $16. I think it is worth setting your alarm to get this. With all that being said, let's get into the swatches. That is going to be it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and until next time, I'll see you all very soon. Bye!